My wife's family laughed at me. They went silent when I opened the deed. Pass the salt, David, I say. David smirks. It's your own hands, hero, I ask politely. Anna's bracelet taps her glass. Please, not tonight. Get. To subscribe to the channel and comment where you're watching from, Mr. Carter smiles thinly. We're family. Family tells the truth. What truth? I ask. The simple kind, he says. What did you do today? I finished a maintenance report. A report, he repeats. Margaret, the world survives because our guest. Files reports. It pays the bills, I say. David laughs. Whose bills? Dad's wine costs more than your month's pay. Anna looks at the candles instead of me. Mr. Carter taps his fork. You seem patient. Patient men accept their place. My place? Yes, he says. Beside my daughter, but a few steps behind. A decent placeholder. Is that all I am to you? Prove me wrong, he says. What do you own? My time. David snorts. He owns minutes. I work hard. I say hard is a word poor men like, Mr. Carter says. Talent buys time. Sometimes talent spoils character, I say. Anna gives me a quick look. Please, character, are you preaching at my table? Mr. Carter asks. I try. I respect your daughter. David smirks. With coupons and movie nights? Show up, I say. Tell me your 5-year plan, Mr. Carter says. Print more reports. I'll grow, I say. I'm learning new systems. Systems, he says. Margaret, remember the gardener who promised an orchard? Yes. Planted weeds, he says. Eyes on me. We bought fruit from the store. I'm not a weed, I say. David whispers. He's a fern. Decorative. Why invite me if you despise me? I ask. I don't despise you, Mr. Carter says. I measure men at my table, and I fail. You remain you, he says. That's the problem. I married your daughter, I say. You don't get to grade me. I do when her life shrinks under your small roof, he says. Anna sets down her glass. Dad. No. Let him hear, he says. What? Men rise when pushed. Or break, I say. Breaking is honest, he says. Pretending isn't. I look at Anna. Do you agree? She studies her plate. I want peace, David laughs. Moment of silence for our brave report writer. I'm not an analyst, I say, right? He says. General of forms. How many zeros are in your bonus? Mr. Carter asks. I don't count. My worth in zeros. I say, that's cute, he says. Roofs are built with zeros. My parents kept a roof without them. And where is it? Gone, I say. Sold to pay debts. Exactly, he says. Sentiment won't hold beams, Anna whispers. Can we talk about something else? I don't need a yacht, I say. You don't need pride either, David replies. I stand to refill. Water? Anyone else? No, thank you, Margaret says softly. I sit again. I love your daughter, I say. Love is for poems, Mr. Carter says. I ask for plans. I plan to stay, I say. When things get hard, me, if you want, I add. I will, he says. I want my daughter safe. Safe from what? Smallness, he says. I'm not small. Anna's voice is thin. Please stop. I meet her eyes. You think I'm small? Son, Mr. Carter says, you are good at being average. Average keeps lights on. I say, greatness builds the power plant. He says, I fold. My napkin. Maybe I should leave. Sit, he says. Quitting mid-meal is a habit of quitters. I sit because Anna's shoulders are tight. Am I your guest or your target? I ask. Both. Mr. Carter says, why did you want me? Here. I ask Anna. I hoped for peace, she says. I hoped for respect. I say earn it. Mr. Carter says, how? Ownership, vision, risk that pays. I own my choices, I say. I face Anna. Do you want me here? Don't want. A scene, she says. I didn't create one, I say. Your laughter did. Mr. Carter drums the table. Bring a deed. Bring proof. If I did, I ask. I'd stand, he says. I'd call you a man. So paper makes me real. I say paper marks a boundary, Mr. Carter answers. Men draw lines. I can draw lines. Start, he says. Do you want the best for me? I ask him. You are not my job, he says. Thank you for dinner, I say, standing. Sit, Anna, pleads. Please don't go like this. I will sit, I say, and I do. I will finish like a man. Good, Mr. Carter says. We're to start with your salary. No, I say. Transparency is strength, he says. So is dignity. I say I may not own yachts. Say, but I own this. You don't get to define me. Then define yourself, he says. I show up. I say I keep promises. To whom? To my wife, I say, looking at Anna. Promises without power crumble, says. Power without love corrodes. I say, I will remember this night. I say, remember to improve, Mr. Carter says. I will remember who. Laughed, I say. And where? Let memory be your fuel, he says. It will, I answer. I stay seated, hands steady now. The laughter circles like small bells. I sip water and keep my gaze level. Inside, something sharp wakes. I let their words pile like dry wood. Breathe and stack each insult quietly. I do not speak again. I listen. I learn their rhythm. I swallow every word and light a slow fire inside me that will not go out. I hold my breath and let the room fade to hums and clinks. Their smiles blur, but their words stay sharp. I taste the sting of shame the way metal tastes on the tongue. I keep my face calm so I don't hand them more to laugh at. Inside, I pack each insult like a brick. I stack them, steady hands, steady heart. I tell myself one thing and nothing else. I will not forget this night. I will remember who I was. Why didn't you say anything last night, Anna? I asked as soon as we got home. She slipped off her heels and placed them neatly by the door. About what? You know what? Your father mocking me. Your brother laughing at me. You sat there like it was normal. She sighed, brushing her hair back. You should understand my family's way by now. They don't mean harm. I stared at her. They called me useless. That's not harmless. They're blunt, she said. That's just who they are, and who are you? The woman who lets them humiliate her husband without a word? Her eyes flickered, then dropped to the carpet. Don't twist this into something it isn't. It already is, I said. I felt like furniture at that table. It's cheaper than the chairs. You're overreacting, no? I'm finally reacting. I kept quiet, but the silence is tearing me apart. I think fighting them would fix anything. Wait. Standing by me would... Anna turned away, opening the fridge though she wasn't hungry. You don't know what it's like being their daughter. Every choice is judged, every partner is weighed. So you sacrifice me instead of fighting back. I'm not. Sacrificing you, she whispered. Then what do you call it? Survival. The word cut me. Survival at my expense. She closed the fridge and leaned against it. You want me to start a war with my father? No. I want you to. Tell him I'm your husband, not your burden. You're not my burden, she said quickly. Then why does it feel like I'm carrying all of this alone? She didn't answer. The silence between us stretched thicker than the walls. I grabbed my jacket. Where are you going? I asked. Out. I need air. I ended up at Michael's apartment. He opened the door with a grin that faded when he saw my face. Rough night? He asked. You could say that. Sank into his couch. Her family again? I nodded. They don't see me as anything. She doesn't defend me. Michael poured me a glass of water. Can't expect them to change. But you can expect her to choose you. That's what hurts. She didn't. Sat across from me. I told you before the wedding, they live in another world. That is pride. They'll never let you forget you came from less. I didn't marry them, I said. But you did, in a way. Families come in packages. Love would be enough. Michael shook his head. Love is fragile when respect isn't there. And respect starts at home. I pressed my palms into my eyes. So what do? You stop begging for it, he said. Either she stands with you, or she doesn't. Don't let them strip your dignity, and if she never does, then you have to decide if the marriage is worth the price. His words settled like lead. I didn't answer, because deep down, I already knew the truth I didn't want to face. The next morning I stepped outside for some air. Mrs. Lee, my elderly neighbor, was watering her plants. "You look tired," she said, peering over the fence. "Didn't sleep much. Trouble at home?" I forced a smile. "Something like that." She set down her watering can. "You don't have to tell me details. But I've lived long enough to know when a man carries too much silence. Silence feels safer than speaking," I said, "till it eats you alive." I leaned on the fence. "Do you think people can change?" "People can," she said, "but families rarely do. They keep their old mirrors and force you to see yourself in them. So what then? You choose whether to stand in front of that mirror or walk away from it." Her words stayed with me all day. That night, Anna found me writing in my journal. She stood in the doorway, arms crossed. "What are you doing, writing what I can't say out loud? Why can't you just talk to me?"
Ow.
"You told me to understand your family's way, 'cause fighting them only makes it worse," she said. "Maybe, but saying nothing makes me disappear." She walked closer, eyes searching mine. "I don't want you to disappear." "Then stop treating me like I'm temporary." Her voice cracked. "You don't understand. If I confront them, they'll cut me off. And if you don't, you'll lose me." The words hung heavy. She opened her mouth, then closed it. Finally, she whispered, "I don't know what to do." "You already chose," I said softly. "You chose silence." That night, I couldn't sleep. My chest ached like a locked cage. I kept hearing Michael's voice, "Don't beg for respect." I kept seeing Mrs. Lee's face. Walk away from the mirror. I stared at Anna sleeping beside me, her breathing calm, her hand resting inches from mine. I wanted to reach for her, but I didn't, because I wasn't sure anymore if she was really mine. I opened my journal and wrote, "Their laughter follows me. Her silence kills me. I am alone, even in this bed." When I put down the pen, I knew something had cracked. And cracks never stay small. The laughter began before I even sat down. "Look who's here," David grinned.
Ash.
The man with nothing but a paycheck. Mr. Carter raised his glass. "At least he's consistent." Reliable mediocrity. I forced a smile. "Good evening." "Evening," Mr. Carter said. "No, son, it's education. Tonight you'll learn your limits." I sat, the chair feeling colder than stone. Anna leaned close. "Just ignore them." "How many times should I ignore before it stops?" I whispered. "Please, don't ruin dinner." David leaned across the table. "Tell us, brother-in-law, when will you finally own something? A house, a business, or just dreams?" Mr. Carter chuckled. "Dreams are free. They suit him." I swallowed hard. "I'm saving." David slapped the table. "You'll never own anything of value." The words hit harder than I expected. I glanced at Anna. She laughed soft, but real. "You think it's funny too?" I asked. She shook her head, still smiling. "It's just, you take things so seriously. So when they spit on me, I should laugh with them." "Shh, don't be dramatic," she muttered. "Dramatic? They called me worthless. It's a joke." "No," I said, louder now. "It's a wound." The table went quiet for a moment. Then Mr. Carter leaned back. "Temper? That's all you've earned." I stood. "Thank you for the meal." Anna grabbed my wrist under the table. "Sit, please." I looked at her, hoping for one word of defense. She gave me none. I sat back down, hollow inside. That night, silence filled our bedroom. I couldn't hold it anymore. "You laughed," I said. She pulled the blanket over her shoulder. "You're exaggerating." "No, you laughed when they said I'd never own anything." It was nervous laughter. It was betrayal. She rolled over. "You twist everything?" "No, you twist me into a fool and I let you." Her phone buzzed on the nightstand. She grabbed it quickly, but not before I saw the name, Daniel. "Who's Daniel?" I asked. "No one. Don't lie." "It's just a friend." "At midnight?" Her silence told me everything. I snatched the phone. She lunged forward. "Give it back." I scrolled, my hands shaking. The messages burned. "You deserve better than him. To take you to Paris again. Your husband will never match me." My chest tightened. Paris again? Her lips trembled. Was before you, not before tonight. Tears welled in her eyes. It's just talk. Talk. He calls me nothing, and you answer him. I was weak, she whispered. Weakness doesn't type paragraphs. I dropped the phone on the bed. How long? A few weeks, she admitted. While I sat at their table, bleeding inside, you ran back to him. I didn't run. Then why do his words sound like home to you? She covered her face. I don't know. I stood, my head spinning. I thought silence was the worst thing you could give me. I was wrong. This is worse. My vision blurred. My knees buckled. The room tilted. I heard Anna shout my name as I collapsed against the dresser. When I opened my eyes, the room was dim. My chest still ached, but not with fire anymore, with ice. Anna was kneeling beside me. You scared me? I pushed her hand away. Don't you need rest? I need truth. She bit her lip. I didn't mean to hurt you. You didn't mean it, but you did it. Her voice shook. He offered me everything my father said you never could. And you wanted it. I wanted to feel chosen. I chose you every day, I said. Her tears fell, I know. I stood slowly, steadying myself on the wall. Then, why wasn't it enough? Because your enough isn't theirs, she whispered. I stared at her, the woman I had loved. The woman I had defended even in silence. Something inside me cracked open, but instead of pain, I felt calm. You've answered me, I said. Don't leave, she begged. I already left, I said. The moment you laughed. I walked to the kitchen, poured a glass of water, and looked at my reflection in the window. My face was pale, my eyes hollow, but something new glowed there, something sharp. When Anna followed, I didn't look at her. I'll sleep on the couch, I said. She nodded weakly. I'll explain everything tomorrow. There's nothing left to explain. I turned off the light. You wanted me to understand your family's way? Now I do. I will never forget it. Calm stayed with me as I lay on the couch. Not peace, not forgiveness, something colder, heavier. The kind of calm that comes before a storm. Anna set a mug on the table. Coffee, I'm fine. Still angry? I'm done being loud about it, so you'll sulk. Build. Build what? Something that can't be laughed at. She studied me. About last night. It's about every night, I said, taking my jacket. Where are you going? To make silence useful, Michael called as I hit the elevator. You alive? Focused? Want backup? Not yet, I said. Just keep my name off your lips. Locked. Sophia waited at the curb. With a tablet? Ready? Ready? We view first, then talk numbers, she said. Show me. We drove quiet streets. She glanced over. You sure about the trust route? Yes. Name. North Lantern Holding. Clean. Anonymous, I said. We stopped at a Rotterdam gate. Ivy climbed the stone. My throat tightened. Sophia eyed me. You know this place. I do. You still want it? Yes. Then we walk. Gravel crunch. Cool shade. Spoke low. Bridge loan matured. Lender wants out. Seller wants quiet. Taxes current. Title clean. Neighbors. Old money. They keep smiles and secrets in the dining room. Eastlight. Seats 12. Good, I said. I need a long table. For parties. For memory. Back at the car, she tapped the screen. List is aggressive. I'll meet it. 15-day close. 15, I said. Add confidentiality. No disclosures to adjacent parties. The trust signs. Not me. Understood. Proof of funds? I first handed a folder. Years of saving. She flipped pages. Whistled softly. All right, I'll draft. Do it, I said. Want paper moving before doubt wakes. Mr. Harris's office smelled like paper and quiet. He rose. Steady gaze. Referral. I am. What do you need? A wall and a sword, I said. A trust and a clean close. Name North Lantern Holding. Purpose. One property. Which? The Carter estate. His pen paused. Your wife's parents? Yes. This is personal. It is legal, I said, and silent. Does your wife know? No. Hide it? Because respect requires surprise. You weighed that? I'll keep counsel strict. Set the trust. Form an LLC for management. Coordinate with Sophia. Shield my name. Funding? My savings? And a conventional loan? Do you grasp the optics if they discover you? I grasped their laughter, I said. I prefer ink. He slid documents across. Sign to form the trust. My hand trembled. Nerves? He asked. Anticipation, I said. Signing? I'm tired of speaking. I want paper to talk. Then let's give it a voice. Sophia called as I stepped out. Offer accepted. Scroll open. Wiring sent. That fast. Money and silence travel well, she said. Bring ID. I'm on my way at the bank. The clerk checked forms. Large transfer. Confirm. Confirm. Out. Recipient. North Lantern Trust Escrow. Correct. Sign here. The pen felt heavy. Done. Receipt printed. Keep it, I said, pocketing the slip. I'll need proof soon. On the sidewalk, my phone buzzed. Michael, how's the storm? Quiet, I typed, but moving. I walked home at dusk. Anna. Stood at the sink. You vanished. I had errands. All day. Yes. You're scaring me with this secret mood. Secrets built the world you admire, I said. I admire clarity. So do I said. Bring you some when it's strong enough to stand? Are we okay? We'll see, I said. I'm done explaining feelings. I'm building facts. Mr. Harris phoned after dinner. Trust recorded, LLC formed, deed drafted, contingent on close. Any flags? None. Lender executed assignment. Sophia, she joined the line. Inspection clean. Minor credits. Secured? Earliest closing? Friday at 9, Harris said. I'll be there. Bring steady hands, Sophia added. They shake, I said, but they sign. Friday came like a held breath. In the conference room, a neat stack waited. Harris pointed, here, here, and here. Sophia checked the escrow file. Wires landed. I took the pen. If I sign, it's done. It's yours, Harris said. I looked at the final page. They think I'm broken. Sophia's smile was small. Let them. I pressed the tip to paper. My name filled its lines. The scrape sounded like a door unlocking. Harris stamped. Recorded this afternoon. Sophia slid a folder across. A certified copy of the deed. I laid my palm on it. Warm, I said. That's your blood calming, Harris replied. I was ready. I breathed out. No speeches, I said. No noise. Then what? Sophia asked. I go home, I said. I hold my silence. And when the right door opens, I let this speak. The clock glowed past midnight when I heard her voice. Soft, low, almost guilty. Yes, I know, she whispered. I froze in the hallway. My chest tightened. I regret it, she said. I regret marrying him. He was just safe. My blood turned to ice. Safe. Safety net. I stepped closer. The glow of her phone lit her face. I'll come see you, she said. No, he won't suspect. He never suspects. Who? I asked, my voice sharp. She jumped, clutching the phone. What are you doing awake? Who were you talking to? No one. Don't lie to me. She shoved the phone behind her back. It's private. Private from your husband? Yes. Give me the phone. No. Anna, give it to me. Her hand shook as she slowly offered it. I unlocked the screen. Messages glared back at me. Daniel, you deserve more than him. Anna, I know. He's only stability, nothing else. Daniel, you were happiest with me. Anna, I regret leaving you. I read them aloud, my throat burning. I'm only stability, a safety net. She grabbed for the phone. God. No, say it to my face. She stared at me, breathing fast. Fine, yes, you were never enough. The words sliced deeper than every insult her family had ever thrown. I whispered after everything. That's all I am to you. Her voice hardened. You're steady. Predictable, Comfortable. That's all. I laughed bitterly. Comfortable. I broke myself to build comfort for you. And yet, she said coldly, I still felt empty. I put the phone down on the dresser, so that's why you never defended me, because you didn't believe in me either. I believed in what you could give me, she said. Who you are, I swallowed, the rage rising in my throat. My hands trembled, but my voice stayed low. Then why stay? She crossed her arms. Because at least you wouldn't leave. You were safe. Until now, I said, her face shifted. What do you mean? I opened the closet and pulled out my bag. I'm done begging for scraps of respect. She stepped forward. Where are you going? Somewhere you'll finally see me. Don't be dramatic. I spun on her. I listened to your father mock me, your brother spit on me, and you laugh with them. And now I hear you whispering that you regret me. If I'm dramatic, it's because you broke me into pieces. She lowered her voice. You're overreacting. It was just words. Words expose the truth, I said. I shoved clothes into the bag. She grabbed my arm. Stop. You can't just walk out. Watch me. You have nothing without me. I smiled faintly. That's where you're wrong. Her grip loosened. What are you saying? I zipped the bag shut. You'll see. Her eyes narrowed. You're bluffing. I lifted the bag onto my shoulder. Bluffing is what you've been doing, pretending you were still my wife while your heart was already gone. She flinched. You don't mean that. I mean every word. She tried one last time. If you walk out, you'll regret it. I met her gaze steadily. The only thing I regret is thinking you were loyal. The room fell silent except for my breathing. She stared at me, but for the first time, I saw fear flicker in her eyes. Not fear of losing me, but fear of what I might be hiding. I opened the drawer and pulled out the folder I'd kept locked away. The embossed cover caught the light. Her eyes widened. What is that? She asked. Something real? I said. She stepped forward. Show me. Not yet. Why not? Because the moment I show you, the game changes. I want you to feel what I've felt. Silence, doubt, waiting. She reached for the folder. I held it back. No. Her voice cracked. What are you planning? I slipped the folder into my bag. You'll know soon enough. She tried to block the door. Don't leave me in the dark. You left me there long ago, I said, pushing past. Her voice followed me down the hall. Ow! You think you can scare me? You're still nothing? Stopped at the door, gripping the handle. My chest ached, but the calm that had been growing inside me steadied my voice. I was nothing, I said. But after tonight, you'll see exactly who I am. I stepped into the night, the folder heavy against my side, the deed, my weapon. As I walked away, the sting of betrayal still burned, but beneath it, power hummed like a hidden current. I wasn't broken anymore. I was ready. Michael adjusted my tie as we stood by his car. You sure you want to go back in there? He asked. I have to. They expect you to crawl. Let them expect. His eyes narrowed. What's in your jacket? I touched the folder inside. The truth. Then go burn them with it, he said. The Carter estate glowed like nothing had changed. I walked in, head high. Mr. Carter greeted me with a smirk. Look who returns. Regret tastes strong, doesn't it? Regret? I said calmly. Not tonight. David leaned back in his chair. You're braver than I thought. Or dumber. Anna glanced at me, her face unreadable. Margaret placed a plate before me. Eat. It's family. Family, I repeated. Yes. Mr. Carter raised his glass. Tell me, son, why come back? To beg. No, I said. David laughed. Then to prove what? That you still have nothing? Perhaps, I said. Or perhaps not. Anna finally spoke. We asked him here to talk. Talk, I said, meeting her eyes. You had plenty to say without me. Is her. Father chuckled. He's trying a new act. Confidence. Sit long enough, it will crack. Or hold, I said. Confidence without coin is just noise, David mocked. And coin without character, I asked. Still better than poverty with pride, Mr. Carter cut in. Michael, seated beside me, leaned forward. Funny thing about pride, it waits, and then it speaks. David rolled his eyes. Who invited the sidekick? I did, I said. Why? Mr. Carter asked. 'Cause truth tastes better when shared, I said. The meal dragged with their remarks circling me. So, David said, tell us, have you found work worth respect yet? I work in silence, I said. Silence makes cowards, he sneered. Silence makes storms, I replied. Mr. Carter tapped his fork. Do you own anything now, or still just rent receipts? I let the words hang. Ownership takes patience. He laughed. Patience is for men too weak to act. Michael leaned back. Or for men who know exactly when to strike. Anna's voice cut in. Enough. Can't we eat one night without tearing each other apart? You started the tearing, I said softly. She froze, then looked away. David smirked at me. You really think you can climb out of the hole you dug? I'd never dug, I said. Then why are you at the bottom? I was waiting, I said. For what? For tonight. Mr. Carter narrowed his eyes. You speak like a man. With cards he doesn't hold, do I? I asked. You don't scare me, he said. Not yet. Margaret finally spoke, her voice low. Why come if not to reconcile? 'Cause storms don't reconcile, I said. They arrive.
Ow.
Table fell silent for the first time. Michael whispered to me, Not yet, not yet, I murmured back. David leaned closer. What's with the act, brother? You think we don't see the same man we mocked? You see what I allow, I said. Still cheap words, he spat. I smiled faintly. Words will end. Paper will speak. Anna's eyes darted to my jacket. What are you carrying? Wait, I said. Her father scoffed. Weight of shame, maybe. Or proof, I said. What proof? He demanded. I leaned back. Patience. You'll know soon. Michael poured himself a drink. You all love to laugh at him. Strange thing about laughter, it dies fast when truth shows up. David slammed his hand on the table. You think this clown has truth? I know he does, Michael said calmly. Mr. Carter's jaw tightened, then let him spit it out. I shook my head. Not while food is on the table. Anna whispered, Why are you doing this? Because you never asked who I really was, I said. I thought I knew, she murmured. You never looked. Her father leaned forward. Enough riddles. Say your piece or leave. I met his gaze. Soon, for now, eat. Laugh. Pretend I'm still small. You are small. David snapped. I touched the folder inside my jacket. Then tomorrow, measure again. As dessert came, Michael caught my eye. You're holding back. Yes, why? Because storms gather before they break. He smirked. And when it breaks, it won't have shelter, I said. Anna whispered across the table, You're scaring me. Good, I said. Fear teaches faster than love. Her father shook his head. Empty threats. You'll leave this house as nothing, same as you entered. I rose slowly, my posture straight. You're right? I entered as nothing. Tonight I leave as something else. David sneered. What? A bigger fool? No, I said steady. A man with the ground under his feet. Michael stood with me. Let's go. Why so soon? Mr. Carter asked mockingly. Storms don't linger, I said. They strike when the sky splits. I walked out, the weight of the deed heavy against my chest. Their laughter followed me again, but this time it slid off like rain. Michael opened the door. When? Next time, I said. Good, he answered. Let them choke on silence until then.
Ow.
The room buzzed with laughter.
Ow.
My glass stayed. Untouched. David leaned back, grinning. Tell us again, what's your net worth? A rusty car and overdue rent? Laughter burst around the table. Mr. Carter smirked. No, don't insult him. He owns at least one thing, his pride. Too bad pride doesn't pay mortgages. Anna chuckled nervously. Dad, he waved her off. Let him answer. Come on, son. Tell us what you own. I set my fork down. Enough. David leaned forward. Oh, he speaks. Yes, I said. My voice felt steadier than ever. You'll laugh at me, but you should be careful. Laughter has an echo, Mr. Carter scoffed. Poetry? We need numbers, not riddles. I rose from my seat, the folder heavy in my hand. Numbers then. This table, these walls, this land. All of it belongs to me. The room froze. Anna gasped. What are you saying? I placed the deed on the table, sliding it across the polished wood. I'm saying this house is mine. David choked on his wine, coughing violently. This is a joke. Read it, I said. He snatched the folder, eyes racing across the lines. His face drained of color. Mr. Carter's smirk cracked. Impossible. Check the signatures, I said. Check the date. Check the seal. He grabbed the papers from David's trembling hands, scanning each page. His lips moved without sound. Then his chair scraped back. No, this can't. It can. I cut in. And it did. I bought your house. Anna's voice shook. Why? Why would you do this? Because you all needed a reminder, I said. You thought I was small. You thought I was safe. You thought I was nothing. But I've been building while you were laughing. Margaret's hands trembled as she touched the deed. He's not lying. Mr. Carter slammed his fist on the table. This is theft. No, I said. This is purchase, legal, clean, recorded. Every brick has my name. David shot up, pointing at me. You tricked us. Didn't trick anyone, I said calmly. You mocked me so loudly you never noticed the silence of my work, Anna whispered. You planned this all along. I turned to her. While you texted another man, while you laughed at me with your family, I was signing papers. Every insult was fuel. Mr. Carter's voice cracked. You think this makes you a man? No, I said. It proves I always was. You just refused to see it. David shook his head. Sell it back now. I smiled faintly. No, aim. Your price. My price is silence, I said. Silence from you, respect from him, and truth from her. Anna's eyes filled with tears. I don't, I said sharply. Not tonight. Tonight isn't about love. It's about the ground under our feet. Michael, who had sat quietly, finally spoke. I told you storms don't come with warnings. They just break. David rounded on him. Shut up, Michael smirked. You can't shout away paper? Mr. Carter dropped the deed back on the table like it burned his hands. You smug bastard. You think owning walls gives you power? No, I said, but it takes yours away. The silence after that was thick. I could hear only my heartbeat, steady, strong. Anna finally whispered, You've changed. I looked at her. No, I've always been this man. You just never stood close enough to see him. Her father's face was pale now. His voice came out low. You've humiliated us. No, I said. You humiliated yourselves every time you laughed at me. Tonight, the laughter ends. David clenched his fists. If you think we'll live here under your roof, you already are. I said, and every step you take, every meal you eat, every toast you raise happens in my house. Margaret's voice cracked. Why would you want this house, after everything? I leaned in, my voice calm. Because sometimes justice needs walls to echo in. Anna's tears slipped down her cheeks. Please, don't do this. I met her eyes. You did this. The room went silent again. Even the air felt heavy. Michael tapped his glass with his fork well to the new owner. No one raised their glass. I straightened. Enjoy the meal. Stay as long as you like. But never again call me nothing. Because now every brick around you says otherwise. I picked up the deed and slipped it back into my jacket. My heart felt steady, my voice calm. For the first time, their eyes carried no laughter, only silence, shock, fear. I walked toward the door. Mr. Carter muttered something, but it was weak, almost broken. David sat down hard, pale and shaking. Margaret dabbed her eyes, and Anna whispered behind me, almost too quiet to hear, I never thought you'd win. I stopped at the doorway. That's the difference between us. You never thought. I always knew. Then I left the room, their silence trailing me like shadows. Wait, Anna said, catching my sleeve. Don't walk out like this. I'm not walking out, I said. I'm walking forward. Please, she whispered. Fix this. You laughed while I drowned, I said. You handed me stones. I was afraid, she said. I didn't know you'd do. You never asked what I could do, I said. You decided what I couldn't. Mr. Carter stepped closer. Sit. We'll discuss terms. There are no terms, I said. Everything has terms. Respect doesn't, I said. Either you show it or you don't. David slapped the doorframe. You can't hold us hostage with paper. I don't hold you, I said. The deed does. Margaret wiped her eyes. Let's calm down. I'm calm, I said. Clear, finally. Mr. Carter's jaw tightened. Name a price. My price is silence, I said, and distance. You would evict your wife's family? You evicted me from dignity, I said. I'm only moving us even. Anna's voice trembled. Don't throw us out. I said nothing. About locks tonight, I said. I said we end the laughter. Then stay and talk, she pleaded. I talked for years, I said. I'm done. Michael touched my shoulder. Ready I am, I said. He leaned to my ear. Justice served. Justice, I said, not joy. Mr. Carter spread his hands. Be a man, son. Don't run. I'm not running, I said. I'm walking away from your echo. Tomorrow morning, he said. Come back and we'll arrange a buyback. Tomorrow morning, I said. You'll wake to consequence. David sneered. You'll regret this flex. Regretted silence, I said. Hey, this is relief. Anna reached for me again. I was weak. I'm sorry. You were cruel, I said. Weakness hides. Cruelty performs. Give me a chance, she whispered. I gave you many. I said you spent them. Margaret stepped between us. Please, eat something before you go. My hunger is elsewhere, I said. Mr. Carter glared. You will not humiliate us in our own home. In my home, I said. Your words did the rest. He pointed at my chest. You're still the same small man. I'm the same man, I said. It's just not small to me. Leave the deed for review, he said. Stays with me, I said. Ain't read the copy online, David muttered. This isn't over. It is for me, I said, opening the door. Good night. Outside, the air felt cold and clean. Michael exhaled. Breathe. I am. You want company? Not now, I said. I need to meet the house alone. He squeezed my arm. Call if you slip. I won't, I said. I've been climbing a long time. I keyed. In the code, Harris arranged. The gate swung back. Gravel answered under my shoes. I own you, I said to the dark dining room. My voice bounced once and faded. You heard them laugh, I said. Now hear me. I walked the hall. Library, I said. You kept their pride like dust. Clear out. In the study, I opened a window. Breathe, I told the room. I'm learning how. My phone buzzed. Anna, can we talk tomorrow? I typed, I'll send a time to return your things. She replied, Is there nothing left? I wrote, Respect is left. Keep it. Michael texted next. You good? I'm steady. I wrote, Hollow, but standing. Hollow heals, he answered. Let the walls echo. I set the phone down and listened. Victory stalled. In my throat, I wanted applause. I told the hall. But your furniture. I smiled. Fine, I'll clap for myself. I clapped once. The sound cracked and faded. Not sweet, I said. Just clean. I faced the mirror. Did you lose my marriage? I answered. My naive faith? It's a version of me who waited for permission. What did you keep? My name, I said. My work. My silence. What did you gain? Enough, I said, and ground. The wind moaned against the glass. I sat on the bottom stair and let the ache pass through. He did? This, I told myself, not to hurt them. It's to stop them from hurting you. My phone lit again. Mr. Carter. Breakfast. 8 a.m. terms, I wrote. No terms. Send a forwarding address. You'll regret this, he typed. I already regretted you, I said. I stood. Tomorrow I change the locks, I said. Tomorrow I move the furniture. Tomorrow I breathe in rooms that don't laugh at me. I pressed my palm to the wall. Thank you, I told it, for taking my side. In the garden, the dark held its own hush. I drew a long breath and felt the cold settle into resolve. The house listened and said nothing. I was their nobody, I said. I'm my somebody now. I closed the door, and the quiet stayed with me like armor.